Also joining us is culinary nutritionist Natalia Hancock, and we're going to talk about controlling our cravings but still satisfy the palate at the same time. It's good to have you here too.
Thank you
nice
very
addition.
much.
Just been honored recently. A nice.
Yesterday, SPE certified in Rouge Tomate. Had the front page of the dining sections in the New York Times.
And you're responsible for the nice photos and recipes that are in the book,
Recipes
right?
and
Okay.
Pam, Dr. Peeke's book. Yes.
And you know, Chef Natalia has been absolutely brilliant in her ability to be able to do what we call the transformation of food that typically is high fat, high salt, high sugar into something that's tasty and delicious. And we're going to show you how to do one specific recipe with that.
Today we're making a spicy lobster penne.
Okay.
So it's January, so tomatoes aren't in season. Perfectly fine to use canned tomatoes, but we chose low sodium tomatoes.
Okay.
And we season with a little bit of salt, and the sodium will be so much lower than if we bought a jar of sauce.
Is it already in there, or are we mixing it in?
No, no, we're doing some of that white
Here we
stuff. It's that
Here we go.
pinch.
Okay, just a
To
tiny
add
bit.
flavor, do you like spice?
I do.
Okay, so
I
we're
do.
adding a little bit of a chili pepper.
Okay.
We have some garlic, right? And a little bit of olive oil. Okay, Pam.
This actually means that what you actually have to do, learn how to cook.
I was just gonna say, there you go. Okay, and we're done.
And so, what are we basically? What are we taking out of the traditional sauces?
Well, it's going to be,
making it better.
Oftentimes there can be added sugar, a lot of salt. So we started with a low sodium.
So we're cooking that here,
Yeah,
and then obviously when you're done, I mean, it looks about the same, but here's the finished product right here.
And now,
What's next?
Here we are.
So what are the things that we typically have to really pull out of our diet and out of our meals to make them healthier?
Big time salt.
The salt.
I mean, if you looked at the USDA labels off most of the stuff out there, again, the refined processed foods, it is just absolutely loaded with salt. People are eating 5 times the amount of salt they need. Sugars. Plain old refined sugars, like I said before, big time problems. And then control the amount of total fat. If you look at lobster right now, it's low, it's really healthy fat, high protein.
So we're looking at
cheap.
healthy fats. That's what
Absolutely,
we should. Oh my God,
no
that smells
question
so
about
good. In talking about the pasta, you mentioned whole grain pasta. That's really what we should be looking for to substitute to make them healthier, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Some have legume flour in them, some have whole grain flour. Okay, so what we did here, we took some olive oil, and then we went ahead and added some garlic, and now we have our lobster meat in there.
And
so
then
we're going to get that.
You've got a couple of extras over here. For the sake of time, we're combining all of them together here, and that's with the pasta,
now we have
right?
our sauce that we just saw.
Dump that in there. So not a lot of olive oil. Just a small amount, right? Okay. And then while you're cooking this, let's take a look over here on the end. We've got a couple of shots of other substitutions we can make.
Who needs the regular chili, which is loaded with junk? Again, all the stuff I told you before, way too much fat, way too much salt. When you get a turkey chili, love it.
And what about chocolate?
Oh, you're going to love this. Chocolate beet cakes. How would you like to sweet?
Everyone's talking about that. I tried it. You can't tell the difference.
It's the best, and it's
really
also
good.
a natural form of sugar that we can use instead of the usual chocolate cake, which is loaded with the usual junk.
And then the butter. We know
and
that's
you don't need that much butter. Instead, why not do something like a butternut spread? Butternut squash spread. Who wouldn't love that? And you know what you do? You do covert operations. Don't tell people it's all healthy stuff. Just simply cook it up anyway. And they'll, oh my God, I want
won't know the
more and
difference,
more.
right?
Yeah, who needs that?
That's what you call a true hunger fix, all of this. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Oh, it looks so good.
You
all
ready
right,
to eat?
Yes.
I am.
And you can find all of these recipes on bettertv.com for lots of other tips to fight overeating. Make sure that you get a copy of The Hunger Fix.